its neck and the big baller brand. And you know what? Actually, funny story about that.
Yeah.
The first Summer League game that Lonzo Ball played, and he was wearing his shoe. Not anymore. This kid's going to be good. I'm telling you, this kid's going to be good. He was wearing the Big Baller brand sneakers, and I think he was like
2 for 17 from the field.
He was 2 for 17.
Something like
Next
that.
game, he comes out with Nike shoes, and he shoots a triple-double. I mean,
Well-
it's the shoes. It's the expectations.
I don't understand it. You know, it's very funny how his father is really creating a brand for him and his children, and then when you see a guy like Lonzo's first game in the summer league plays bad and because he's wearing big baller brands, I don't think that's the case.
No, I don't think
definitely not.
You know what I mean?
But it's just funny. It's just like a funny.
it's definitely great to point out.
scenario.
I think it's pressure, but honestly, can I just say that maybe LeVar was doing this whole time just to take pressure off Lonzo? Do you think that's like fair? Because honestly, we weren't even talking about Lonzo Ball that much. It was mainly
true.
like, what is LeVar saying this time?
Oh, 100%.
You know, it's just
Yeah,
it's just
100%.
funny because if that's the case, then he did a good job because Lonzo Ball was not even that talked about. It was like, oh, you see late, but hey, LeVar did this. You know,
At the
it's
same
just
time, I feel like that's stealing the showtime from Lonzo, where it's like you're stealing all his spotlight that he should be getting. Even though that puts pressure on him, it's stealing all the cameras, interviews, whatever
The
you wanna
spotlight.
call it. Yeah, exactly.
I just think it's kind of funny because if that was the case, then he did a great job. Granted, I think whatever he says is just annoying to me. It's like, get out of the way, move. You're not playing. Your son is.
Yeah.
He took pressure off him, which I think was a great thing.
It's true. I mean, it's a great fit for him to be in L.A. I mean, I've been watching him in the Summer League. Last night, I got a glimpse of Lonzo playing, and Magic Johnson really wants him to bring championships to L.A. You know what I mean? I think that's the most important part, that a guy like Magic is telling him like that. A 19-year-old straight up, like, we want to retire your name up there. That's a big deal.
I mean, why not? And like,
You know what I
you're
mean?
getting praise from the best Laker of all time.
Of course.
You know,
Well, that's
granted.
a discussion. You never know. People like to say Kobe. You know, you never know.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it's just hand in hand. Magic Johnson,
But
Kobe
I feel
Bryant,
yeah, of course.
even Wilt and Shaq.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
honestly, when you think of the Lakers, you think of Magic Johnson.
Of course.
Let's be real. Well, maybe the older generation will think of Magic Johnson because maybe we think of Kobe Bryant. I mean, it just happens. But I think, especially with Caldwell Pope, it's just that the Lakers are getting younger and they're getting faster. And Luke Walton is a young coach, so he's going to grow with these guys and he's going to, show them in the right direction. So I think this is a great move for LA. I really do.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Now, the Utah Jazz guys have agreed to a 2-year deal with free agent swingman Thabo Sefolosha. Me and Dom discussed this earlier. Sefolosha is 33. He spent, his past 3 seasons with the Atlanta Hawks. He averaged 7.2 points, 4.4 rebounds, 1.5 steals a game in 62 regular season games. But he fell out of favor in the postseason, playing just 8 minutes in 6 games against Washington Wizards. What do you think of this?
All right, so obviously the stats really don't jump out at you a lot, but even with 7.2 points per game, almost 5 rebounds per game, and almost 2 steals per game, I think that he can probably commit to the Jazz on more of a defensive level than a scoring level.
Okay, and we have another caller on the line. You're on Beyond the Game, caller. How are you?
Yes! Hello, Brandon Baby!
What's going on,
John
Jacob?
Eric!
How
How
we
are my
doing?
merry men?
We're good,
Where's the
man.
true hockey maven?
She's not,
Not
here
here.
today.
She's sick,
Oh, she's not
unfortunately.
there? The
No.
one day I'm not there to annoy her?
No, not at
Oh,
all.
come on!
Jacob, how's your trip, man?
The truth.
Hello?
Oh, wait, did he cut out?
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
All right, Jacob.
All right.
All right, Jacob, you can hear us. You got to call back. Apparently you just cut out.
Yeah, it's all good. But,
All right, well, going back to Thabo Sefolosha.
yeah, back to Sefolosha.
I think it's a good move. I mean, it's not. I mean, he's obviously not the player he was, but I guess for defensive presence, it's definitely worth it, especially a veteran presence as well. So, yeah, I think it's an overall good move for the Jazz. But unfortunately, they did lose Gordon Hayward,
that was
so it's
such
like
an important piece.
it's very hard. Like, I don't know what to expect from the Jazz this year. I don't know if we'll have the same season out of them, especially with
definitely won't
the
be.
hard Western Conference.
Yeah.
Even then, even if they had Gordon Hayward, I can't see him as a playoff team now. Everybody's going west.
Nah, I don't know. If they had Gordon Hayward, I still think they would.
I mean, like, yeah, obviously they would have a chance, but, like, there's a lot of teams that could take a step back, like the Clippers and the Jazz, like, just to name a few. But even out east, there's teams that are going to take a step up. Like, here's a team that could be a playoff team, the 76ers. And
It's too early to call.
I said
Really?
could be.
Oh, could be. Yeah, I
Could
think it's
be.
too early to call, my man.
I think it's pretty close. I mean, like, you got 3 number 1 picks on your team, then you add J.J. Redick. I mean, like...
It's true. It's true. I mean, they have a lot of chemistry to build up. I mean, you're still in the East. I mean, even though the East is the weakest conference, you got to go against teams like Cleveland,
Boston, it's true.
Boston, you know. I think they could be a great, solid 35-win team this year.
They're going to be an exciting team. Even the Bulls,
Absolutely.
too. Even after losing Jimmy Butler, adding Chris Dunn and Zach LaVine. I mean, like, they're going to be a great team to watch.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here on Beyond the Game on 90.3 WHPC. There's more next because we will be talking baseball. Yeah, I know you like the sound of that. It's Beyond the Game on 90.3 WHPC.
Smile.
Are you telling the microphone to smile so you could take a picture of it?
Yeah. So, which side do you think is its good side?
It's just a microphone.
I know, it's a microphone. Perfect. I think I'll put the Lark filter on it.
Why did you take a picture of the microphone, and who cares what filter you're going to use?
You'd care if you followed 903 WHPC on Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. Wait, I want to go viral. Take a picture of me. Get my good side and use that Lark filter.
Follow 903 WHPC on Instagram and join the conversation from the voice of Nassau Community College.
I said get my good side. Delete that.
That's 903 WHPC on Instagram from 90.3 WHPC.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Wait, hold up. I don't think you know about It's Saucy. It's flavorful, extraordinary, and mind-blowing. Hey, tune into It's Saucy, where I give you nothing but the greatest music out from back then till now, along with hip-hop news and trending topics. It's DJ Steph. Just know that.
It's saucy.
Listen to the Saucy Hour Wednesday nights at 10 o'clock here on the voice of Nassau Community College on 90.3 WHPC. Yes, it's the highly anticipated show Beyond the Game here on the voice of Nassau Community College on 90.3 WHPC. I am Brandon Johnson. Sitting across from me is my guys Dominic Arbolino and Eric Fischetti. And before we went into break, we were talking about baseball, guys.
We were about to.
We were about to. We're going to get into it right now. The Chicago Cubs acquired pitcher Jose Quintana, if I'm saying?
Quintana, yes.
Okay, excuse my Spanish. But for those of you, I'm trying my best. From the Chicago White Sox for top prospect outfielder Eloy Jimenez.
There you go.
As well as top pitching prospect Dylan Cease.
There you go.
Okay, Cease. And single A infielder Matt Rose and Brian Flate. Quintana is 4-8 with a 4.4 ERA this season after going 13-12 with a 3.20 ERA last year. Eric, what do you think of this move?
I think that a Jose Quintana trade was imminent. I didn't really see the Cubs as potential suitors, but the more that I see how this trade went down, it is a perfect move for both teams because the White Sox are not going anywhere and the Chicago Cubs need all the help they can get on pitching because Jake Arrieta's been struggling, Kyle Hendricks, John Lackey, John Lester. They all need help. I mean, like, obviously the Cubs are reigning World Series champions. I still see them as a playoff team in a tough NL Central. But the Cubs needed all the help they can get on pitching, and I think Jose Quintana, he's on the younger side. He's on the right side of 30. But you know what? He can still produce, and he was just on a bad team. He got no run support, and when he's on the Cubs, he can get better run support because they have a deeper lineup than the White Sox do. It's just that simple. This is a great move for the Cubs more than the White Sox.
Definitely.
Okay, Dom?
No, definitely. Whatever what Eric said is exactly right. I mean, definitely a good move. Needed to happen for the Cubs. Just needed to get help pitching.
Needed a spark.
I thought the Yankees were going to trade for him, to be honest. I heard that rumor going around pretty much throughout the start of the season.
I'm kind of glad they didn't, by the way, but I'll get into that after you're done.
Hey, I mean, it's just a rumor.
No, I know that, but still. But obviously we have no idea how close there was to, for a trigger to be pulled.
Oh, yeah,
because
definitely.
for the Yankees to trade for a guy like Quintana, I could see maybe a Clint Frazier, a Dustin Fowler before he got injured, which I saw the injury. Didn't look that bad right away, but then when they slowed it down, it was gruesome. But, so all the prayers go to Dustin Fowler, obviously. Hope you come back better and stronger next year.
Yep.
But in terms of the Yankees, I really do think that they will end up with a pitcher because now Michael Pineda's going down with the UCL tear, possible Tommy John, which could be...
So we're just going to go right into our next topic.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Let's just Brandon, you don't got to read it. We got it.
You got it?
Yep. See, we're doing good, right?
Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
Jacob, if you're in Paris listening? There you go. Oh, by the way, President Trump's in Paris, so that's
Yes,
why
he
you're
is.
there. But, yeah, if you're the Yankees, you have to look for starting pitching help now. A name that you can look out for is obviously Chance Adams, who they don't need to trade for because he's in their system anyway, who honestly, in my opinion, should have been up this year. A lot of people don't know a lot about him, but he's tearing up AAA. He's like the Jordan Montgomery of AAA right now. He's an unknown right now, but he's really tearing it up. I think he'll be called up. But a name to look out for on the trading block, Sonny Gray of the Oakland Athletics and Jeremy Hellickson of the Yankees, not yet, of the Phillies. And you know what? Out of everything that the Yankees have done this year, starting pitching has still been the question mark, even with Luis Severino, Jordan Montgomery, CC Sabathia, Tanaka's up and down. Even Pineda, when he was good for 2 months and then he started getting inconsistent. They mainly need help pitching, but another one to look out for, which I saw a potential trade, and I want to bring it up. The Yankees need a first baseman. They just traded Tyler Webb for Garrett Cooper. Mm-hmm. He's a AAA guy that's getting called up today to play against the Red Sox. I saw a trade that sent Lucas Duda to the Yankees.
Wow.
Yeah, it could happen. I mean, you definitely have the Mets looking like they're going to be sellers at the deadline, possibly, because obviously they're not having the best season. Don't really think they're going to make the playoffs this year unless they really turn things on, which... Right now, you look at the Mets and you don't see that really happening. So it's possible because you definitely see the Mets being sellers at the deadline. So, who knows if they're willing to trade with the Yankees? I wouldn't see why that would be a problem. But
I mean, it's happened before, but not to this scale because Lucas Duda is obviously a starter for the Mets, and for the Yankees' sake. I don't really know who they would give up because it seems like the Mets need everything, like third base. So, Chase Headley for Lucas Duda. Let's get it done because he's an automatic out, but then he'll fit in perfectly with the Mets because everyone's an automatic out now.
Yeah.
But in regards to the Mets, however, I think the biggest thing that's going to happen is they have to call up Rosario. They have to. They need to spark that team somehow.
And if you trade away Lucas Duda, you can call up Dominic Smith. You have a role at first base wide open for him.
That's true. Just get one side of the infield younger. Why not? Obviously, the Mets season isn't going as planned. The starting pitching has been going down like flies, and everybody seems to be getting injured every day. Granted, yes, that's baseball, but not to the scale of more so the Mets than the Yankees because both teams need help, but it seems like the Mets need more help than anybody.
Mm-hmm. Definitely,
That's true.
I mean, looking at the second half of the season for the Mets, you can't really predict it. It kind of seems like it's just going to be bad. You don't really think anything unless they really shock the fans in New York. I don't see the Mets going anywhere. The Yankees, definitely, like we said, if they make a move, I think they'll be heading in the right direction and really fighting for that playoff spot now. Even though they were in first.
So the real concern, I'm guessing, for the Yankees is pitching, of course.
Definitely.
Starting pitching, yes.
Of course. And then we just got news today. Michael Pineda out. Tommy John surgery needed.
Yeah, and at that point, like I said before, I just hit the mic, my bad. But at that point, because Michael Pineda is probably going to go down, you need to call up a pitcher. If you don't want to trade for one and give up like a Clint Frazier or Blake Rutherford, who is going to be a very good outfield prospect, or Miguel Andujar is going to be a very good third base prospect, you need to call up a guy like Chance Adams because he's been in the system for a while. He's supposed to be being called up. Seems like since the beginning of the year, he was supposed to be getting the spot that Jordan Montgomery is in now, but obviously that's working out perfectly, at least in my opinion. But I think the biggest deal that the Yankees need to do is send down somebody and call up Chance Adams.
Okay.
And you know what I've been noticing? Tanaka hasn't been playing very well either. And that's one guy that we really need to play well. And he's not playing.
He's always just on and off.
he's been coming around. He had a couple of good starts before the All-Star break, but then it just fell apart. He's been giving up like leadoff home runs in the first innings, in the first inning where the Yankees end up being down 2-0, even 3 or 4-0 when they come up to bat. It just, granted, the Yankee offense is good, and it's going to help more because now Matt Holliday's getting back in the lineup, which is huge